Well, my name is Brad Davis. I come from Southern Georgia. Specifically, I grew up in the Hollies, Georgia. And I tell you what, I'm here to give you a nice Southern confessional about the real spirit and life of our Southern Christian Republican conservative patriots. Now, I'll tell you what, son. What you don't realize is that, I married my third cousin Minerva just, a good 10 years ago. And she was just 16, and gotta have that fake blonde woman in your life. You gotta make sure that she has a perfect hourglass figure, keeps and maintains it through the 6 kids we've had. I'm a good Christian, a patriot. I make sure that not only do I pay respect to our troops, but I make sure that I keep God in my life at all times. I always make sure we get to church every single day that it is available. I hold NASCAR watch parties with all of my friends and co-workers. Every single day it's a NASCAR watch party. Even if there ain't any NASCAR games on, we find a NASCAR game to make sure we watch, because we're good patriots. I only buy 4 pickup trucks. I make sure we only drive 4 pickup trucks. We only get the most polluting diesel possible, so that when I get my Ford F-350 pickup truck, I make sure that when I'm sitting next to a Libertard Prius, I rev that engine so they can see the exhaust coming out, polluting the environment in the back of my truck. I make sure that it gets at most 15 miles to the gallon, so that it really states just how much I hate them. I make sure that not only do I make sure that all of that is American made, but of course we hunt every single month, even out of season. But we don't tell the government that. But we make sure that we do that every single time. We go to a friend's place if we have to. Make sure we only buy American-made and assembled armory. That means that we only buy Remington rifles. And then we make sure we get only the finest Marlboro or Camel, American-made, of course, right here. We make sure that we only touch and drink real American beers. None of that Northwestern liberal stuff like Rogue Ale breweries or Deschutes. That stuff is liberal. That's horrible. We make sure we get only the finest American-made beers, the cheapest ones possible. We make sure we always buy Budweisers and Coors. We make sure that's all we ever drink. And we drink it for breakfast, lunch, dinner, snack. We make sure that where we hunt, we make sure that we have plenty of Budweisers and Coors on us to make sure that we're healthy and we're energized and we're ready to go. And when we finally see that deer that we're hunting for, that we've been spending days searching for, days in blinds, we make sure that when we get to its body, we make sure that we praise the Lord above, because our family will finally have this good creature's sustenance in our stomachs, and we'll be able to live without worries. My best man at my wedding through my third cousin Minerva was my pig. His name was Bradley. I make sure that, I name all of my boys Billy Bob Joe, because that's the only way to do it. I tell you what. We also make sure that we make our own moonshine every single week, and then we put it in pig slop too, because that's the secret to make sure your bacon tastes good. So, I was actually resurrected by the Lord above himself 35 years ago. I made sure that we talked, and he told me why he was resurrecting me, putting me back on his great earth. It's because of the fact that he wants me to do his great work, which means that every single day, when I run into somebody who ain't religious, sorry, my brother's drunk and he's filming. Would you stop moving, my God? If it wasn't Christian, I'd have killed you already. And that work is to make sure that every goddamn day, when I am out in the public, if I see somebody who needs help, I make sure that I tell them that only God is going to accept the real, true words and real, true Christians of His great world. And that is them Southern Baptists like myself, as a true Southern public conservative always is, and make sure that either that, if you ain't Southern Baptist, it's okay to also be a Catholic or evangelical. But if you ain't any of those, you're gonna get killed, because you're the problem with the earth and the people of humanity. You're what's causing this earth to go into turmoil. And that's what he told me
when I was resurrected, that was my job, was to spread his great word of his great works and let everybody know exactly what he wants. And it's only Southern Baptists, Catholics, and evangelicals of the Deep South that are really truly accepted. And now I travel around the world to make sure that I spread it to each and every country, his great word of this advice. And if people don't heed it, well then, in his eyes, they're as good as dead. And I tell you what, son, would you stop moving? My brother is so drunk. He won't stop moving. Now he's putting me... You're an idiot. Anyway, by the way, he's sitting in pig slop now. That's my brother. Not that it necessarily matters. He was rolling with the pigs earlier anyway, and for some reason he got the piglets suckling on the mother. So they were starving before that. So I guess it's a... Never mind. Where was I? Right. Now, let me tell you, I work 117 hours a day, 436 hours a week. Just like all good Southern Christian Republican patriots to work. We work our asses off. We never stop. We never sleep. We always make sure that no matter what, even if we're sick, even if our families are going to burn in a fire, we're still working while we're saving them out of the burning building. I tell you what, something else. Not only do I work 117 hours a day, 436 hours a week, every single other person in this factory does too. And guess what? They're white Christian Republican patriots as well, like myself. And you know what else? I'm fed up with my brother being drunk and stupidly moving the camera all over the place, and I've said my piece. So if you want to know what us true, great, patriotic, Republican, conservative Americans do, and believe that's the way it is. Oh, and remember, if you're black, your goal is dead to us. You're an idiot. And also, libertards, you can just fuck right off. Canada can take Oregon any day. They're worthless. They're more than worthless. That's what I say. Good day to you. Good day.